Shalom, first and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson, Lord willing is edifying. And just real quick, I came across this article. I thought it was interesting, and it just further proves that the so-called white man, the biblical Edomites, they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they're the people that's destroying the planet Earth. It's not climate change. It's not because you're drinking too much coffee. It's not none of that. It's because these devils, they not fit the rule. Ultimately, it's an error. All right, there's an error in the planet Earth. And that error is that the wicked is in rulership. Matter of fact, let me start with that in the book of Proverbs. And that's another precept for Job 9 and 24, which is, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And once the wicked have power over the planet Earth, they destroy it. They multiply transgression, wickedness increases, and the planet Earth suffers for it. This is Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Obviously, this planet Earth, this world, this current setup, the people of the world are not rejoicing. People are suffering. People are in captivity. There's war all over the place. There's famine and food shortages and drought and everything. Basically, the natural ecosystem of the earth, the natural ecosystem is off balance. The foundation of the earth is out of course. The scripture tell you that. And the people don't know why they're suffering, like it says here. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. They don't know why they're mourning because they don't know that the wicked is the so-called white man, who's the biblical Edomites, who's the devil and Satan as well, according to the Bible. They don't know that. So they know they're mourning, obviously. People are in a terrible state, drugged out, especially here in America, drunk off of alcohol all the time, trying to escape that mourning, trying to escape that sad reality that they have to live on a daily basis, which is what they call life. This is not life. We're not living. All right, we under the wicked rulership of Esau, Edom. And because of that, the earth itself is even dying. The planet Earth, the wildlife, the ecosystems have been getting destroyed since this man has increased his knowledge of technology, which is Daniel, the 12th chapter, tell you that knowledge shall increase in the last days. And that's under the rulership of Esau, Edom. All right, the wicked. And what is he using technology for? Not to better the planet Earth, not to make things better, but to destroy more, because he's the damn devil. All right, this red bastard. So it says, this is from The Guardian. World faces deathly silence of nature as wildlife disappears. So they're saying the loss of intensity and diversity of noises in ecosystems reflects an alarming decline in healthy biodiversity. No bird song, no water in the creek, no beating wings, how a haven for nature fell silent. And, this hurts to read this. It really pisses me off, because nobody's talking about this. And they'll have you think that you eating too much red meat or using electricity too much, quote unquote, is the reason why the ecosystems of the earth are dying. Nah, it's because of these devils, man, with their fracking, with their deforestation, polluting the water with oil and all type of chemicals, polluting the air with chemtrails. You just had a person in Florida and their home just got hit by space debris, by space junk. And they confirmed that came from in the Earth's atmosphere, and that's part of the pollutants that they be putting up there. Those dead batteries. When the batteries from the satellites die, they just dump them into outer space, man. And sometimes that stuff comes falling back down. Usually, from what they say, it falls in the ocean, the waters. But somebody in Florida got their home hit by something like that, man. So you're going to tell me the people are not mourning, and this is not a wicked evil rulership where you can die by something coming from outer space hitting you, man. Something that the so-called white man put up there. It says sounds of the natural world are rapidly falling silent and will become acoustic fossils without urgent action to halt environmental destruction. International experts have warned. And what's going to be the urgent action? Let me get it, man. Yahweh Shai, man. That's the answer. The one that the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He's the answer. This is Matthew 24. Where is it? Salakia. Verse 22. Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And who's shortening the days? Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. All right, they're shortening the days for the elect of the nation of Israel's sake. Because nobody can live in this world for much longer, man. The animals can't survive, and they have a natural instinctual adaptability to survive through hard times, and they're not even being able to survive. All right, they're either migrating to places where they don't belong and they're dying there, or they're migrating to other parts where they're the food chain, they're not as high in the food chain as they used to be, so their numbers are dwindling because they're being preyed upon by the other predators. The whole ecosystem. Matter of fact, I want to look that word up now. Let's see what that word even means. Ecosystem is a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment. All right, so it's basically a connected system. All right, they have little pictures here of how everything works together. Let's just go to images. See how everything is like a chain that works together. And without one, if you take out one of these elements, everything suffers. And that's what's basically going on here, man. All right, the so-called white man is messing up the natural order of things. And let me see that real quick. In the book of Psalms, the 86th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. 82 verse 5. This is Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. And that's talking about how these people in the world, especially the wicked, but really everybody, except really for the elect and elite minds in the world, they don't have this knowledge of the Bible. They don't understand Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and this truth. All right, they don't know the truth about the different nations, how the so-called white man is Esau, Edom. He's the devil. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. They don't know that. They walk on in darkness. They don't know that the earth is dying. I mean, most people, they're not even concerned with none of these things that we do lessons on. These lessons are for the elect of the nation of Israel who have the light, which is the truth. The truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Holy Bible. It says all the foundations of the earth are out of course. You see, so you can say that word foundation, you can say ecosystems. And let me see what it says actually in the Hebrew. Let's go to Psalm 82 and 5 in the Hebrew. I'm going to read it in the NLT first to see if it says anything. But these oppressors know nothing. They are so ignorant. They wander about in darkness while the whole world is shaken to the core. God damn. And if that's not true, the word foundation is H41. Look at that, 144. H4144.
Strong's H4144. Mossad.
It says foundation. It doesn't really say much. Yeah, it just says the act of laying a foundation. So, well, yeah, when the earth was made, all right, it was perfect. In Genesis 2, it said the Lord looked at everything he made and said that it was tawab. It says good, but in Hebrew it says tawab, which also means perfect. All right, so when Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai made this planet Earth, created it in 6,000 years, In Genesis, the first chapter, you can read about it. And the angels also participated in that, which some of those angels were the elect, if you could receive it. But it was made perfectly. The foundation was laid. All right. The ecosystems were created and how everything was to work together. We're talking about all life on earth. It was created. All right. And it was perfected. And that's why the seventh day, or the 7,000 year, was the Sabbath, which is rest. That was the first, basically the first Sabbath. It said he did everything in 6 days, and on the seventh he rested because it was perfect. All right, everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. Now here we are in the last of the last days, at the end of the world, the end of Esau's age. That's the world we're at the end of the wicked. And this man has destroyed the majority of the earth. They said, I believe 70 to 80% of the world's wildlife ecosystems are completely destroyed and they will never be repaired. And that's under his rulership, of course. They don't have the knowledge to do good, all right, to fix things. That's where we're going to come in. And I'm going to get that in Isaiah, the 14th chapter. I was holding it. We're going to go back there. We're going to read that, because in the day where Yahweh Shai comes back to set up the kingdom of heaven, there will be a lot of destruction, more destruction on this planet Earth that's necessary to destroy all the filth and the wicked and evil things in this world. But the world that's to come after that, which is a world of righteousness and peace, the kingdom of heaven, the earth will be fixed. All right. These ecosystems will be repaired, and there will be new ecosystems in the kingdom of heaven. All right. There has to be. And all the animals that are in extinction mode right now, and you know, their numbers are so low that we don't see them, and Esau may claim them as extinct. They hiding, man. They preserving themselves, and they're going to come out and repopulate and flourish. All right. Once the so-called white man as a whole in general is taken down and destroyed, this planet Earth is going to be a much better place. It's going to be paradise once again, Eden. All right. In Hebrew, Aidan, which means paradise, a utopia, so to speak. So they're saying as technology develops, sound has become an increasingly important way of measuring the health and biodiversity of ecosystems. Our forests, soils, and oceans all produce their own acoustic signatures. And you're going to see why, you know, through the Spirit, I did a lesson on this, because in Isaiah 14, it mentions about the earth singing again. And see, they're telling you that with their technology, they're able to hear soil. So soil makes sound, man. Trees make sounds. Plants make sounds. All of these living organisms have a sound or frequency that they emit. Scientists who use ecoacoustics to measure habitats and species say that quiet is falling across thousands of habitats as the planet witnesses extraordinary losses in the density and variety of species. And why is that happening? It's not because you're using your phone too much or using too much electricity. It's not because of that. It's because this damn devil, all right, because the way that he decides to rule the world and pollute it, he's destroying it. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. When you go into that word defiled, it says polluted. It says to be made godless. And how did they do that? By taking the law, statutes, and commandments, and they're not applying them. They're not keeping a land Sabbath. They're not eating the clean animals and leaving the unclean animals like pigs and shellfish to do their job, which is to clean the earth. All right, Leviticus, the 11th chapter, tells you what animals are edible to eat on the earth and what animals are not edible to eat. Not every animal that was created is food, man. You fucking idiots. Not every animal that the Lord created on this planet Earth is made for food. Some of them have a other purpose. And when you eat them, you're destroying their purpose. You're destroying the ecosystem. So you are the ones that's defiling the earth, you damn devils. You red fucking bastards. Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. See? Because they're not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is basically an instruction manual for the planet Earth, for your body and for the earth and for everybody around, everything around you. It's beautiful to hear these birds outside right now, man. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. See that? That they're saying that they're not hearing birds no more like that. They saying it's dying. The planet is dying, disappearing or losing volume. Along with them are many familiar sounds. The morning calls of birds, rustles of mammals through the undergrowth, and summer hum of insects. Today, tuning into some ecosystem reveals a deathly silence, says Professor Steve Simpson from the University of Bristol. It is that race against time. We've only just discovered that they make such sounds, and yet we hear the sound disappearing. Because it ain't for you devils, man. You can't enjoy nothing. You fucking bastards destroy everything, man. You ruin everything. It's not for you. That's for us in the kingdom. All right, we're going to enjoy the sounds of the birds and the water's waves, the water waves, and, you know, the trees creaking and the insects buzzing. We're going to enjoy all of that, man. You're not going to get to enjoy that. The changes are profound and they are happening everywhere, said U.S. soundscape recordist Bernie Cross, who has taken more than 5,000 hours of recordings from 7 continents over the past 55 years. He estimates, this is sad, man. He estimates that 70% of his archive is from habitats that no longer exist. You see that? So this man got to go, man. This man's the devil. All right. It's 2024, man. This man had destroyed most of the earth. All right. 70% of that man's 5,000 hours is gone. I mean, it's not gone, but those sounds that he recorded, that you can't go back over there and hear that no more. Those habitats are destroyed. All right, they're dead. There's no more sound in there, man. There's no more life. You see, this man is truly the devil, and he has to be destroyed. All right, the Lord got to get rid of this damn devil, man. Let me get Jeremiah, and then I'm gonna get that in Isaiah and close out with that. 51. Jeremiah 51:25. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord. Right? If you look further into this subject, you're going to find out that a lot of the destruction of this planet Earth came out of America. That's the destroying mountain, Babylon, America. All right? Through the Industrial Revolution. Really, that's what kickstarted it in Europe too, and China too. But you're going to find out that it's mainly America that's really destroying this earth. All right, which destroy this older earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks and will make thee a burnt mountain. So that's why the Lord, he got World War III brewing up right now for you Americans, man. And not just for the American citizens, so-called, because they're not contributing so much, so to speak, to the destruction of this earth. Is really the higher ups. But yeah, people smoking cigarettes, that smoke doesn't dissipate. Those chemicals do not, they don't disappear. They don't evaporate into the atmosphere. They bind to the oxygen molecules and they basically stay there forever, man, until the nukes, you know, clean this fucking place up, man. So people smoking cigarettes all over the goddamn place in America, man. All the chemicals from prescription medication that goes in the water. You know, you take the medication, you pee and you poop, it comes out of your bowels, man. You put it in the toilet, you flush the toilet, that water gets flushed into the ocean. I mean, you people don't even realize how much you contribute into the destruction of the earth. But once again, it's not necessarily the people's fault. It's the rulership's fault. All right, it says an unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's in Sirach, the 10th chapter. So these people are stupid, man. They destroying the very only home that we live on. They never going to get the fuck off the planet Earth. They're never going to take a ship and go to the moon and live on the moon and all of this fantasy fiction bullshit that they preach. They can't do that. So the only home that we got, these people are destroying it. And that's why the Lord has a destruction set for America, for Babylon the Great. And we're going to read that here. This is Isaiah 14:3. And it shall come to pass in the day, that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. Who's it talking about? Verse 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. It's talking about Israelites. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai shall give thee, you Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, rest from your sorrow, from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So our people, obviously right now, we in captivity, we in slavery in this planet Earth under the so-called white man. And it's not us that's destroying the earth. We don't have no power to do that. All right, it's him doing it. And we need to be freed out of this captivity. We need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to come back and save this planet Earth and save us and make things right again, which is by how? By putting the nations in captivity underneath us, who's going to have the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward parts. We're going to be under that covenant of Jeremiah 31, where we're going to be perfect and we're going to implement the laws in the planet Earth. And that's what's going to make the world better, beginning with our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, we need this to happen. Even the heathens need it. It said the creature. I got to grab that real quick, man. You don't think these animals are suffering, man? You think they just going quiet and they just still having a good time and living their best life, so to speak? Nah, man, these animals are mourning. Romans 8 and 19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. And that creature first begins with man, all right, because that's the top creature. Creature just means created or creation. And the top creation on the earth is man, the Israelite man, to be precise. But then you have the other nations, and they're above animals. All right, but even down to the animals, from men, from the other nations, all the way down to the smallest animal that's suffering under this devil's rulership, they all waiting patiently for the sons of the Most High, which is the nation of Israel, to be put back in power, to be manifested and established on the earth, so that the world could be made a better place, man, so that the people and the creatures and all life on the earth could rejoice. You see? It says, then that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Who's the king of Babylon? The Edomites, beginning with the head elites, the Rothschilds, the international banking families, and say, how have the oppressor seized, the golden city seized? And that's talking about America. It's going to be a wonderful thing in the kingdom of heaven once we realize, like, wow, that oppressing city has been destroyed. It will never come back. It's been nuked. And it has become a desert. All right, that's what we're going to say. It's going to be a proverb. It's going to say, wow, man, you know, this earth is way better without this damn devil in rulership and in his rightful place where he belongs, in slavery. All right, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, which is the Rothschilds and the banking families, man. So the Lord is breaking their power. He's taking away their kingdom from them. That's why they're getting ready to implement these, you know, martial law and these harsh draconian laws throughout the world societies real soon, man. Crashing the economies, cyber attacks on the infrastructures. It's going to happen mainly here in America, but it's going to be a global thing of transferring to that CBDC, which is not going to be a smooth transition, all right, to then implement the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip implant, so that they could lock in their power, more control, all right, but they're not going to get so far with that. The Lord is going to break them, you see, and we're going to talk about these things in the kingdom. We're going to have proverbs against the so-called white man. That's what Isaiah, the 14th chapter, is talking about. This is actually a proverb. It's like a taunting, you know, like we taunting them. It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. See, he's going to be getting fucked up in the kingdom, man, for all these things that he did. In Revelation 11 and 18, it says, and destroyed this dumb that destroyed the earth. So these people are going to be held responsible for what they've done, even though the damages and the repair, the damages will be repaired. All right, we're not going to forget what you've done, and we're going to put hell on you for the things that you did. You know, you're going to have to take full responsibility for your works, you damn devil. It says the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. And when I went into that word quiet, it doesn't mean like right now, the deadly quiet. They're saying there's a deathly quiet is unusual. The forests and the oceans are supposed to be full of sound and noises. When you put it under, you know, certain acoustic tools, you'll be able to hear it, not like with your naked eye. I mean, you could hear birds and stuff like that, but there's other sounds that emit from these living organisms that you need certain technology to hear. And they're calling it a deathly silence, man. Meaning there's no life no more. That's not what this here is talking about. This is H8252, Shaquat in the Hebrew, which says to be quiet, to be tranquil, to be at peace, to be undisturbed. So who's disturbing the earth right now? The so-called white man. All right, when he's put down and his kingdom is destroyed, the whole earth is going to be at tranquility. All right, it's going to be undisturbed. We're not going to be messing with the animals and the ecosystems, man, and messing everything up. They bring forth into singing, see? So you're going to hear these sounds once again. So this is a good thing for the planet Earth, man. Get rid of this fucking devil, man. It said roughly paraphrasing it, he who letteth will now let until he be taken out of the way. Romans the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. And it's talking about how the Most High is allowing him to be in rulership, but until the Most High doesn't allow him to be in rulership anymore, he will be taken out. And that's when these things are going to be fulfilled. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. When you go into that word feller, it should say lumberjack. See, H3772, to cut off, cut down, to kill. You see that? To eliminate. That's what they're doing, man. So that's what a lumberjack is. That a lumberjack is somebody who cuts down trees. See? Woodcutters, to cut down trees. Up here in the first paragraph. You see, to kill, to destroy. You see that, man? So this man is the feller. He is that lumberjack. He is the one that does the most deforestation on the planet Earth, destroying the natural habitation of these creatures that live there. All right, but mainly it's talking about people. All right, the fir trees and the cedars of Lebanon are talking about the nations, because nations and men are referred to as trees in the Holy Bible. But you could twofold that, because the trees actually make sound, man. All right, through this man's technology, which is what the Lord gave him, he discovered that. He found out, not discovered it, but, he learned that trees and soil make sound. All right, so these trees and all these living organisms in the kingdom, when they're undisturbed, when they're not being cut down no more, they will be making more noise. All right, our earth is going to be more noisier, but with nature, so to speak, natural sounds, not sirens and all the bullshit, man, car horns and all of that garbage, noise pollution that the so-called white man has on the earth. No, it's going to be nature. Nature is going to be at its optimal level. All right, the ecosystems are going to be booming. I mean, the earth is going to be so beautiful in the kingdom of heaven, and I can't wait. And I know you brothers feel the same. And when these devils are killing the earth, they're killing us too. All right, us Israelites, because we're connected to this earth, man. This is our planet. All right, and I really hate seeing shit like this, man. It really fucking burns me up inside. And it makes me want the kingdom even more and hasten the day of Yahushua even more. All right, so with that, I'm going to say, Call Haloyim La Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hope and pray you were edified through the Holy Spirit.